Again, I'd like to say good afternoon and welcome everyone. Okay? Thank you, welcome everyone. Thank you very much. Again, we continue to go on the teaching of the gracious teacher of the Buddha Shakyamuni, particularly taught by Dudjom Rinpoche. And we're going to continue on this teaching. And now that at the beginning, on line 6, explaining how importance of contacting to the three jewels by trusting, and as well if you do that, then the result will be the unfailable. Those are the statements or the instructions that His Holiness the Rinpoche made or gave us that. So we're going still on these teachings on the three jewels of that, and today I'm going to conclude of that. Yesterday I mentioned generally kind of three jewels of the general Buddhism of the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and particularly also in Vajrayana teaching there is slightly different terminologies such as Guru, Yedam or the deities, and then Dakinis, and so those, and then of course I mentioned about the channels, wind, and the essence, the element of the body, and then I also mentioned as like essence of the nature, essence of the emptiness nature of the mind, essence of the clarity nature of the mind, and the essence of the display of the nature of the mind, or I mentioned those are also like three jewels, or the three kayas, or the three roots, and all that, those names. But today I just like to little bit kind of highlight it of the who is, of course, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha we know, all know, but who are the Guru? What is a Guru? Guru. So we think of that way, and the Guru is generally, in Sanskrit, the Guru, and in Tibetan is translated as Lama. In English we translate it, or people translating as teacher. So in that case, who are the teachers? And the teachers are Buddha Shakyamuni and Guru Padma Samye are the teachers. Particularly when we are connected to the Vajrayana teaching, often in the teaching, often said that see Guru Padma Samye as our teachers. Even we have many different connections of the teachers in this lifetime, but we can bring all those teachers as within the part of the Guru Padma Samye. So and so that means Buddha Shakyamuni and all the teachers are become as Guru Padma Samye. And Guru Padma Samye, one who brought the really Vajrayana teaching to Tibet, or he was the instrumental to bring the Vajrayana teaching. We are practicing Vajrayana teachings. So therefore, and Buddha Shakyamuni always emphasized that teacher is important. Teachers are so important. And for that reason, in Buddha's teaching, you know what he said? Teachers are the Buddha, teachers are the Dharma, teachers are the Sangha, and teachers are all embodiment of refuges. But this time, that teachers all we see as Guru Padma Samye. So Guru Padma Samye is leading example of the teachers. Guru Padma Samye is also according generally there is two teachers, which often I said when you say Pacifically when he's talking, or Pacifically we go with more kind of like practical level, so there is two senses. Devotionally seeing the teacher as Buddhas, or teachers are really Buddhas. In that way, Guru Padma Samye is really Buddha, absolutely Buddha, and as well as then devotional level, Guru Padma Samye is Buddha. So both the devotional level and reality level, Guru Padma Samye is Buddha, and therefore all teachers are within the umbrella of the Guru Padma Samye. Those are all suggested in the teachings. in the Nyingma lineages. So I'm just highlighting that. Then, in that way, who are the Yedams? And the Yedams, generally, the Yedam is a Tibetan word, and from Sanskrit, it used to be Deva, Guru, Deva. But Deva, you are translated into, is translated two different ways. One is called La, and the other is Yedam. Yedam, in this case, Yedam means, Ye means like mind. Dam means supreme. Supreme or the holy. So holy to the heart or supreme to the heart. So that means heart connection of the practices. That means whose heart connection practices. For example, like who is the Yedams? Now if you say example, Yedam can be like Vajikalayas, Vajrasattvas, or higher Girvas, Yamintakas. It depends. All the Amitabhas, Rena Sambhavas, all that can be, they are all Yedams. And then they are the supreme or the holy or the noble of the heart. Who's supreme or the noble of the heart? For example, Guru Padma Sambhava is a totally enlightened being, as we just mentioned to you. And you all know that. But however, on the relative level, Guru Padma Sambhava practices on the Vajakalaya. So it's become his personal deity. Vajakalaya become. It's like supreme heart to the Guru Padma Sambhava. Right? So therefore, when he came to Tibet, also he gave many teachings on the Vajakalaya, and as well as also at Herukas, so forth. So that's what really meaning of the Yedam. Personal connection, something that we are truly connected. It's a personal commitment into the heart center. And so that is Yedam, really. But also this Vajrasattva, Vajakalaya can be also Guru too. As I said yesterday, Guru, Yedam can be Guru, Yedam can be Yedam, and Yedam can be Dakinis too. So it's not something that is kind of completely strict rules and that things. So that way, so that is really kind of like identifications of Yedams. And then talk about the Dakinis. Who are the Dakinis? Dakinis is generally, again, Sanskrit word, it translated into Tibet as Pandroma. Pandroma, 3 words. And what that means? Pa means space. Dro means go. And ma means goer. So ma is also indicating of the female. So the space goer females. Or space goer females. Yeah, I think that's it. But then they translated also sky dancers or sky goers, walker of the skies. But what that actually really means, that is again in the Nyingma teaching, or in the teaching clearly mentioned on the space of the loving kindness, the compassions, or space of the wisdom and the compassion, freely walking, freely travels. Then that's what the Dakini is. Dakini is the totally enlightened beings of the female Buddhas. So they are completely actualized of the realization of great compassion and the wisdoms. All wisdom of great emptiness and the compassion of the skillful means completely combined, had reached enlightenment, the ultimate state. Therefore, they are embodiment of compassion and the wisdom, and for that reason, they are the master of these two matters, skillful means and wisdom, and therefore they are known as Dakinis. So who are the examples of Dakinis? Such as wisdom Dakini, Yeshin Sojas, Taras, Vajra Yoginis, Vajra Varahis, Vajra Yoginis, all the female Buddhas. Those are basically known as Dakinis. And again, Dakini can be Yedam, Dakini can be Lama, or Dakini can be Guru, Dakini can be Yedam or the deity, Dakini can be as a Dakini too. So that way, I mean, it's not something completely like very kind of strictly and divided in identifications, but it's all in Bodhi. Bodhi is everything. Reality, Guru, Deva, Dakini, or Guru, Yedam, Dakinis, all are enlightened beings, all Buddhas. And that is what it really is. And so that is really kind of a little bit reactivating, reclarifications or re-identifications of the Guru, Deva, and Dakini, or the three roots. Now, again, I say one more thing about the Guru, Buddha, Dharma, Sanghas. And the Buddha is a simple way to know. Buddha is the one who gives the teachings. So that is Buddha Shakyamuni in this world. And then what is Guru Sambhava? Guru Sambhava is also known as Buddha of the Vajrayana teachings. And the Buddha Shakyamuni, when he came in this world 3,600 years ago, and what he gave the teaching, on the common level, he gave the teachings on the, like in the basic Buddhist school and the Sutra Mahayanas. That all basic Buddhist schools, really he gave, that is very popular there. Then when Buddha Shakyamuni gave the Vajrayana teachings, that depends with many different great masters interpreting, but Buddha gave, well, he was in India in that 81 years that he stayed in, according to the common consumption level, he stayed about 81 years in India and gave the teaching. During that time, he gave the teachings of the Vajrayana teachings. Where he gave that teachings, not in the common world of the duality, he gave those teachings on the celestial world, or, as I will use, the Akanishta, or woman, those different areas. And in the Tushita heavens, peak of the Malaya mountain, Malayas, or being of the near the oceans, all the different areas, but it's according to Vajrayana teaching, it's not just he gave the teaching as we used to look India exactly that time, but he gave that teaching in another levels, another dimension levels that he gave the Vajrayana teaching while he was in India 2,600 years ago. So he gave the teaching. So then, right before Buddha Shakyamuni entered Mahaparinirvanas, and some students asked to Buddha Shakyamuni, "Oh, great teacher, now you're entering in Mahaparinirvanas, you're leaving this world, but you give causal teachings so many times, but you did not explain or taught as result yana teaching." That means the result, we're talking about result or cause, whatever both are, is using as an object or goal is to get enlightenment, Buddhahood. Buddhahood very quickly, fast. So that is like causal yana means one is being the cause to bring the enlightenment as a cause and a result. Result as enlightenment. Result yana, the result is so fast within the single lifetime. If you have the capability and opportunity and practice the according instruction, you can get the result within the short period of times. Therefore, it is named result jhanas, getting quickly enlightenment. So these students ask, "Great Master, you give this variety teachings on the causal jhanas, but you did not explain openly about the result jhanas." And the Buddha said, "I give the teaching of the causal jhana, those who are ready to receive that teaching or who are connected, but result jhana will come soon after my Mahaparinirvanas." That is what Buddha said. As Buddha said, and then all the Vajrayana teachings are starting appearing 27 years after or 28 years after Buddha Shakyamuni's Mahaparinirvana, And then even before that, Padma Samye was appeared right in the middle of the lotus, miraculously as 8-year boy. At 8 years after Buddha Shakyamuni's Mahaparinirvana, he appeared. And as Buddha predicted, he will come back as Padma Samye. And then he the one who also really more activated, revealed the Vajrayana teaching that which already Buddha gave on the celestial world and brought that by value brought to this world, and particularly in Tibet. So therefore, Padma Samye is also considering as master of the Vajrayana teaching. So therefore, these two Buddhas are Buddha Shakyamuni, one who taught the teaching, and that is the Buddha. And then the teachings are already we mentioned all that, and the teachings are all those variety teachings, Sutra teaching, and or Kausayana teaching, and Vajrayana teaching, all those are the teachings. Now, so that means Buddha, Dharma. And what is the Sangha now actually? And as he said, yes, 2 days ago, Sangha means the devoted to the virtues. But also at the same time, what Sangha does, what the Sangha has realizations. Sangha has a realization of the seeing true nature according their, whatever the degree they are, seeing some true natures, and also at the same time removed some degree of the obscurations, habit patterns, or a process of the removing obscurations and habit patterns. Those are simply to tell of the meaning of the Sangha. Then, but what is there? Another beside role of the Sangha member is known as holder of the teachings. One who holds the teachings. Buddha gave the teaching, so Buddha is the one who gave the teaching. Then teaching is here. But now teaching is here. But who holds the teaching? Who maintains the teaching? This is Sangha members. Buddha came 2,600 years ago. Guru Padma Samye came to Tibet in the 8th centuries. And in between there is so many great masters came. But who really hold the teachings from the time the Buddha entered Mahaparinirvana until now? Is all the Sangha members. Many people, many kind of individual things, holders of teaching is kind of only selected group or few groups, few kind of teachers, particularly kind of someday. We think that. It's true, they are the holder of the teachings, but not just them or the few teachers. Everyone, the Sangha member who is really practicing Dharma, who are devoted to the virtues, means who are devoted to the teaching. They are the holder of the Sangha members. So that means we all have the holder of the teachings. We all have the responsibilities of the to uphold teachings of it is authenticness and qualities. As it is preserved like that way, as exactly authentic, fresh, full, powerful, blessed, full. They kept the Sangha members from the time Buddha gave the teaching until now. In which manner they uphold. Then both scriptural and realization levels. They held up that. Both ways, 2 ways. So that means, simple as I say, Sangha held up the teachings through the intellectual ways and at the same time through the practice. And the practice and the intellectuals are combined together. Starting with the scriptural understanding, realization are held together to their core of heart and maintained with love, joy, respect. That's what they practice it, and that's what they share to the others. That is continuing. So light of the teaching, light of the Dharma, the Buddha lightened up that. the light is continually carried by all the Sangha members, whether big ways, whether small ways, whether medium ways, but everyone held up that light. This is not just they holding up the light, but they illuminated themselves according to their capabilities, and they also passed that light to the others, inspired and carried on that others. So that is really known as about the meaning of the Sangha members. So therefore, we all are holder of the teachings. Teachings, Buddha, therefore we are all part of the three jewels. Three jewels, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. And therefore, keeping up it is identity, quality every way as much as we can do, with the joy, with the devotion, with the inspirations, with the prayers. Keep up identity, and that is known as practicing Dharma, practicing the identity of the spiritual lineage, and holding up the light of love and compassion, kindness to all living beings without any discriminations. And that is the really beautiful principles. And that is what it is. So that is really about the Buddha, Dharma, Sanghas, about the three jewels what we've been talking about. Now we talk about what His Holiness said, trust us. This is generally what is in the teaching said, what is the cause of taking refuge. And great Master Vimala Matra said in the teaching, his first teaching that he gave in Tibet, Vimala Matra, as you all know, I think you all know, he was the one of the great masters in the Buddhist histories. He was the one of the first among three. He is the first great teacher of the Dzogchen teacher, great Dzogchen teacher who came to Tibet, who gave the teaching, Dzogchen teaching in Tibet. Tibet along with all the other teachings. So in the Tibetan Buddhist history, the Jonma's history said there's two great masters who brought the Dzogchen teaching in Tibet first time in the 8th century. It was Guru Padma Samye Ling, Mitra, and the great translator, Tibetan translator, Vajra. These three masters are renowned as teachers of the Dzogchen in Tibet. From that, all these Dzogchen teachings, what we have now, came transmitted from them. Of course, originally taught by the Buddha, Shakyamuni in the form of Buddha, Samana Bhadra. But that's in Tibet, these are the three great masters who ignited these teachings. So this first, when he came to the great master Vimala Mitra, when he came first time in Tibet in 8th century by invitation of King Tsewang Dongyal, and somehow King Tsewang Dongyal has a little suspicious of the Vimala Mitra's authenticness of his calling of the teacher, be as teacher, as Buddhist teacher, because he got some kind of like slanders or kind of like some news, mixed up news that he might be as a non-Buddhist teacher. So he didn't really feel immediately comfortable with the contract to receive the teachings from great master Vimala Mitra immediately that. Even though he made big effort to invite and to came to Vimala Mitra in Tibet, and Vimala Mitra came already in the Tibet capital, but he is not meeting. So therefore, then Vimala Mitra wrote very condensed, beautiful instructions of how to take refuge in the Buddha Dharma Sangha. And so this is the very renowned teachings on the refuges. So there, what great Master Vimala Mitra said, cause of taking refuge is devotion or faith, F-A-T-H, I think, F-A-I-T-H, pith. That's true, pith. Pith, or the devotion, and some reading of the kind of fear, F-E-A-R, fear. These two are the cause of the refuges. Then Great Master Jingmi Lungpa added, kind of reactivated two more, and that is that or maybe Jingmi Lungpa kind of mentioned it like this way to bring the cause of devotion, cause of devotion or cause of faith, F-A-I-T-H, cause of faith. He mentioned the 4 different ways we have the cause of the faith or the devotion. First one is contact with the spiritual friend and accompanying or kind of being friendship with the spiritual friend. That's second. Third is and reading the books about the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, or the Buddha, and about the Dharma, and then have the kind of tired and bored with samsara. So those are the 4 causes to develop the faith or the devotions. First, again, contacting with the spiritual friend or as teacher, maybe, and accompanying as spiritual friend, second. Third, reading books on the Dharma or about the Buddha or Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Fourth is tired or the bored with the samsara. Fourth, that these 4 causes will develop the devotions or the faith. That's what really Great Master Jingmi Lungpa mentioned. So, therefore, then no matter whatever it is, faith is important. Faith is important, and devotion or faith is important. And then what Great Master Mama said, faith, F-E-A-R. That faith is, again, Great Master Jingmi Lungpa mentioned 3 different fears. That means also maybe I can translate that fear as a tired and bored. So tired, bored with the general samsara situations. And that's the first one. Second, tired and bored with our own kind of self-greeting, self-important all the time. Kind of always thinking of this, ourselves, tired and bored. And the third one, tired and bored by these so many conceptions, so many anxieties, so many notions, one after another, this endless coming. I'm now tired and bored and sick of this all the time. There's no ending. So for that reason, those are known as fears. I become uncomfortable with this. Therefore, then I'm going to take refuge. So that means that's why we develop the devotion as a faith. Then faith is so important. What the Great Master Padma Samye said, faith or the deva in Tibet is called deva. So I'm translating it as faith or the devotion. Faith is drawn of all the enlightenment. That is what Padma Samye said. And that is also, Buddha said that too. faith is the door of liberations. Liberations. And so faith is so important. And for that reason, great master Nagarjuna said in his teachings, known as the garland of the jewel. Garland of jewel, he said, and because you are in the spiritual, because your devotion or your faith, you are in the spiritual. You are with the spiritual. Because of your wisdom, you realize the true natures. Among this now, this faith and the wisdom, which is important. He said, wisdom is more important. Wisdom is important. But before the wisdom, faith is important. To have the wisdom, you have to have faith first. So therefore, Nagarjuna said, at the very beginning, faith or the devotion is so important. Even igniting our wisdoms, even though wisdom is so important. So for those, this is what those great masters said. But it's not just only what masters said. Faith is so important. Devotion is so important. We talk later too in the teaching mentioned in Dudjom teaching, talking that so in here clearly that, but we talk that. So this devotion is, if we say devotion or the faith, how many there? That devotion is in the Buddha teaching kind of like intensified in these three ways. Interested devotions or the faith. Interested, maybe I just won't use faith. F-A-T-H, faith. So interested faith, desiring faith, trusty faith. So those are the three faiths. But the great master in Jigdral again added another one. This is not just Jigdral adding, but he is intensified as according to the teaching of the Buddha Shakyamuni. Infallible faith. Fourth is infallible or unshakable faith. So, interesting faith, desirable faith, and trusty faith, and unshakable faith. Those are known as the faith. Interested faith is when you read the books, or when you contract with a spiritual friend, when you are accompanying spiritual, or company, or kind of going with them, or alone associating with spiritual friends. Or when you are kind of like see there's so many chaos things and difficulty in samsara in the world, one after another, all that, you kind of start a little bit interested more, some other meaning of the lives in the spiritual, or kind of some deeper meaning of these lives. That is known as interested faith. That is the beginning of the dawn of light, according to Buddhism. That is. Because of that, now you like to explore more about that. Like to know, read more, or like to kind of contact with a more spiritual friend, or contact with a company more spiritual friend, inquiring kind of put that, and going more kind of understand. And then you really now become more, you feel more desired, or I like to be part of this, I like to explore, and I like to know more that. So then you really kind of like went more deeper. So that is known as desirable faith. Because of that, then you explore more and more. Now you see more kind of importance, value, and benefit of all that things. Then the more and more it making sense, then it becomes the trust. So that's what the chapter Dudjom said, trust. That is very, very important. That is really trust. Now you trust it. That is really true. Like that. And I'm trusty. I like trusty. I like to explore. I've explored the meaning of this qualities is true. I now trust this. And with that, then the last one is unshakable or unfailable. Trust or faith. Trusty that now become so strong, so developed, no matter whatever situation, circumstance that happened. You never like to separate it. never like to give up that. You like to explore and stay with this. That is then strongest faith or the devotions that individuals can develop. And when we have that, then the realization is on the way. Development is on the way. And there is many beautiful stories of the trusty or unshakable devotions. So many stories that you can read in the books, really. So many of those masters or the great beings are like so unshakable to the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, to their practice, their principle kept, no matter whatever externally things happen in samsara, kind of like this and that, things happening, but they kept so strongly in heart and mind, and they developed, they maintained their practice in the meditation and got the realization and the fulfillment what they want, then got that. So that is what the really known as unshakable devotions. So the cause of refuge is devotions. And the cause of the devotion or the faith is that, as Great Master Jigdral mentioned, those four. They are like cause or the condition to inspire devotions. Then develop the devotion or the faith. And of course, the faith and the devotion both are the English language, but I thought faith is kind of like just trust and confidence. And then devotion is now you recognize, you see the quality and the beauty and the importance, and now not just only trust it, but you are enjoying, you are appreciating, you feel so connected with calm and peaceful. So this is kind of more intensified, but more another level, deeper level of the mental status, combined with the quality of the joy and appreciation, and kind of calm and peaceful, and feel the preciousness of that. And that is, I think, devotion. In Tibet also has two words, Depa and Mugu. So Depa is like faith, and Mugu is like devotions. And the devotion is so important in the teaching set. Once you have the faith and the devotion, when it comes, that richness feeling, warmth feeling, that calm and peaceful feeling, and that really then activated so beautiful, so faster all the fulfillment. That is my brief talk today, and thank you very much everyone again for participating and coming, and thank you everyone. Thank you everyone. Thank you everyone. Thank you. Now we did short meditation.